This is KUGAN, CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with McGUIGAN and Marbella. It's a post-weigh-in interview, quite a few hours after actually, with Joe Gallagher. It's a little bit of an eventful weigh-in, quite noticeably an altercation on the stage with you and Shane McGuigan. What actually happened, Joe?
Nothing really, just we weighed in. Obviously the scales were on a black plate and everyone was told to keep off the black plate. Scott weighed in and I just thought, well, they've got to come now, we'll step over to the other side where it's less chaotic and I'll still be able to see the scales. Shane comes along with everyone, starts standing on the black plate and sticking his elbows into me. I just say to him, you're standing on the black plate, step over to the other side, onto your side, but he was just trying to come on and try and intimidate, and just I told him just to clear off and stop being an arsehole.
Okay, did you speak to him after that?
No, I've had nothing to do with him, mate. Just at the rules meeting he was moaning about something, but yeah, listen, all that silly talk and all that sort of gone, and it's all about the fight now, isn't it? But from what I'm hearing now, I think this fight, I'm up and down more than the press at the moment. I think yesterday the fight was off because of the press conference, something to do with that. Then the fight is off because of a changing room now. Now the fight's off because Nick Hallin isn't allowed to commentate on the fight on Sky. They complain about. Now I've heard they're complaining about the band that was in the arena today, so I'll tell you what, all we want to do is get in the ring and fight, but they're doing everything they can do to cause trouble, get out of the fight, whatever they want to do. They cancelled the fight 4 times, and then Barry's fighting with security today. What's all that about? So listen, just stay classy, lads, stay classy.
Joe, from your side, from a sort of Team Quig perspective, how would a dressing room situation be resolved?
Alright, Kugan. Scott Quigg is a home fighter, okay? He's in the home corner, should have the home changing room. Now, Carl says he's the star attraction. Okay, take that on board. Manchester United just went this week down and played Shrewsbury in the FA Cup. Who's the star attraction?
Manchester United.
Did they go in and say to Shrewsbury, get out the home changing room? We're here. No, they didn't. So lads, cop yourselves on, for Christ's sake. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Yeah? If Barcelona or Real Madrid are coming over in a pre-friendly and they're playing Sligo or they're playing Altrincham or Chester, they don't go in and say, get out, we're having the home changing room, do they? It's just absolutely silly nonsense, and they can't see themselves. No one's denying Carl wants to be the star of this, but it's the home changing room, and if they were in Belfast, we're not going to go over there and say, oh, we want the home changing room. We'd get laughed out of it and say, oh, go on lads, behave yourselves. I think if that's all they're worrying about, and they're saying superstition, it's like, how's that superstition? Well, if you think it is superstition, then just go, all right then, lads, have the changing room, no problem, not either. It's just, but they're the ones that are hell-bent about it, and we're like, all right then, we're not giving it into it. Well, it's just common sense, and to put it into basic layman terms, I've just explained it to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it makes sense. But how do you see, like tomorrow, come whatever time that you're going to arrive, Team Frampton will arrive, what's going to actually happen then? Because are you going to decide not to use it, or like no one uses it, or are you going to go in there?
No, we'll be in the change room. So it's got
what, the one that you want, you'll be in?
The home change room, not the star. I've never seen a change room there classed as a star change room. Ricky Hatton's fought Costa Tazou in that arena. Okay, Joe Calzaghe's fought Jeff Lacey in that arena. There's been huge fights and huge nights there. All the opposing away fighters have never had no problems with the changing rooms. I just think they're being up to their own mischievous little mind games. And like I say, I think it's got to Barry today. Promoter there scrapping with security. It's laughable, isn't it? You've seen them on the scales there today. They're all so wound up. Carl was at breaking point. It's just, there you
go. Speaking to Eddie Hearn earlier on, he said it again, that Team Frampton are adamant that if sort of you get your own way with this dressing room, that they won't fight. Do you think that
No, Kugan. Just hear it out loud. If they don't get the home changing room, they're not fighting. So Carl Frampton has got to get on the plane back to Belfast, deny himself £2 million. Barry McGuigan in the will and all that, because he needs his cut out of it. Al Heyman needs his cut of it. Shane needs feeding. Blaine needs feeding. What's the other one called? Jake needs feeding. There's no way in the world they've got to go. And are they got to reimburse all that fans, hotels and planes like that? No way in the world that they cancel it. It's a load of ballyhoo, do you understand? If they genuinely got to do that, All right then, get on the plane now, go to Manchester, and off you go. Go on, I dare you to move out into it, because you're not going to get £2 million nowhere else.
Well, we shall wait to see what happens with that. But like I said, it seems.
But do you understand from our point
No,
of view?
yeah.
Listen, you're not saying you're the star attraction, but we're the home team, for God's sake. And so I had to put it into a sport, other sport in the arena, like football or whatever. It's different to two neutral teams. You get Wembley and it's a flick of a coin, but that's not the case. And if we're in Belfast, we're not going to go over there. Okay then. If this is what they want, just a suggestion, Kugan, things up the head. I'll tell you what, we'll agree to give you the changing room that you want, but you agree to give us the star changing room in Belfast when we go over, because we will be the champion in the rematch. Let's do that.
All waiting now.
Yeah.
Talking's done now. Obviously, I've just caught up with you now. I know you. Sick to death of it, but you've done a lot of it this week. But
no. Well, the thing is, I just had a talk with somebody there, and I said, you know what? When I try to talk at a press conference, they all pipe up. Now they're saying about being disrespectful. Shane will fire something out from nowhere. Carl will have a bite. Barry will have a bite. And I'm saying, hang on a minute. I'm trying to talk. When they're talking, we let them sit and talk. Okay. But they're being disrespectful. They keep saying we've been disrespectful. They're disrespectful. Yesterday, Adam Smith had me begging to say, do I respect Shane McGUIGAN? I said, yeah, of course I do. Anyone that's a trainer, work, everything they put on, I'll shake hands after the fight. Not a problem, it's a sport. Okay. But then at the end of it, the press conference yesterday, he's throwing insults around their amateur careers and stuff like that. What's that got to do with anything? So who's disrespecting who? Do you understand? So, and Barry McGuigan saying to Scott Quigg up front, you can't talk. Come on, Barry, how old are you? And today, Barry, did you see at the weigh-in? Carl, so Scott goes there, Carl gives it that, fair play, what Scott said, but Barry goes, like he's 17, woo, I'll have a bit of that, and puts his hands up, you're like, all right. I get stick going, Joe, you're 47, grow up. Let's hope Barry gets some of that today. It was absolutely cringy, wasn't it? So, but listen, the fight's on now, and I just can't wait to prove all along that Scott Quigg's the better man.
All right, well, listen, like I said, talking is done now, and I just wanted to.
Can't wait, mate, can't wait.
I saw you here today, so in this hotel, so I wanted to sort of grab a little bit with you. But,
and isn't it funny, Kugan, going into this fight, how everyone's opinions are swayed back and forth?
Yeah. And
all of a sudden, from fight week, good people. I've told Johnny Nelson, because I've heard he's thinking about changing his mind. Don't you fucking dare, because you're a jinx, you get nothing right. Don't you dare. You stick with your Carl bet. Do you know what I mean? That'll do me. So, but the amount of people, respected people, that's opinions all swayed, how someone looks at a weigh-in and everything else, and it's just amazing. But what an atmosphere there today, Kugan.
Brilliant, yeah.
Joe, you've been to Vegas,
yeah.
I've been to Vegas, and to think to yourself today, wow, this was Vegas, Manchester, although it was raining or dry, cold, whatever, it was like, wow, it's like, what was it, 5,000? The arena, the girl arena said to me, we had to stop people coming in, we had no more tickets. That's like, we could have done 7,000, 8,000. Yeah. That's unbelievable for this. And
more than some boxing crowds. Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable. And that's just for the weigh-in. And like I said, this is going to do fantastic numbers tomorrow night. Time that bell goes, I'd like to see what the viewing figures will be for this. It's going to be one of them must-see fights and must-watch events of the year come tomorrow night. And it's going to be like the build-up. It's got to be, I wouldn't say explosive. It's going to be enthralling.
Okay. Do you think there'll be any controversial moments?
I think...
or moments, shall we say?
Yeah, I think that's why I wanted the British referee. For the just to go back at the press conference yesterday, because I got shouted out of it. I wanted 2 British officials, and they wanted 3 American officials. And I was like, well, why? You're an Al Heyman fighter, an American interest in there. So I'll tell you what, let's have a British judge and a British referee, and there can have 2 American officials. But they didn't want a British referee, but I wanted a British referee because a British referee understands Carl Frampton. Most probably he's refereed and judged him a number of times. Same with Scott Quigg. I want a referee in there that knows what it means, this fight, to everyone in this country, all over the UK. I don't want an American coming in who doesn't grasp how the magnitude of this fight and making silly decisions, silly stoppages, and getting on a plane and not having to live with it. Yeah. You're seeing Howard Foster, the stick that he got with the Carl Froch, George Groves. I wanted the British referee in that ring, so he was under pressure, that we'd have the best performance, whether it be Dave Paris, Terry O'Connor, Victor Loughlin, Marcus O'Donnell, any of them, because they knew the pressure. They'd have to be on the game. Whatever decision they made, they'd be accountable because they're going to have to live with it here in this country. That's why I wanted the British referee, but they never did. So I think if there's any controversy, maybe on that side tomorrow night, we'll see.
We shall certainly see. All right, well, listen, can't wait. Tomorrow night, Manchester Arena.
Cheers, thanks, Kugan. Thanks for letting me get my point across as well. That I was trying to explain at the presser yesterday, but there you go.
That's all right. Listen, you as well as anyone on Team Frampton are willing to have their say on IFL TV. So, you know, here's what it is.
Tell you what, that was a quick rules meeting today. It's one of the quickest ones I've been in. Yeah,
Same
I don't know if
time
it's because no one could stand the sight of each other no more, and they just wanted to get out of there. But no, fair play. Shook hands with Barry, and like I say, listen, it's a sport at the end of the day, isn't it? And there's a lot at stake. But I just want to reiterate, there's no loser in this fight. Both kids putting it all on the line, and to be part of such an event like this is a great feeling, and we should be proud that people are wanting to watch this event.
Certainly. All right, Joe Gallagher, thanks for talking to IFL TV, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah, will do. Thank you, mate.
Thank you, mate.